A high-scoring picture composition does not start with spontaneous description. If you begin writing the moment you see the prompt, you risk hitting a dead end halfway through. Instead, you need to build a logical blueprint before you write a single word. Let's construct the blueprint for our baseline story. We're looking at a classic 4-panel prompt. A mother has her phone stolen at a station. First, we organize main ideas. We assign the panels into a clear beginning, middle, and end, dictating the essay's direction. Once that outline is set, there is a strict rule. Do not touch a dictionary until the entire first draft is finished. Stopping to look up a single vocabulary word breaks your momentum and drains your limited exam time. By investing your first few minutes into this structural outline, you establish a clear path from the first sentence to the last, eliminating the risk of catastrophic writer's block during the exam. With the outline locked, we write the introduction. Your very first sentence dictates the grader's initial impression of your work, so your opening style needs to be a deliberate choice. Look at this comparison. On the left is a standard weather opening, using the climate to set the mood, say a sunny Saturday morning. Alternatively, on the right, you can use a quote opening. Using a familiar idiom immediately signals to the examiner that you understand the prompt's central theme before the plot even begins. Moving into the body paragraphs, we map out the core event using the 5W1H checklist. This ensures the mechanics of your plot are completely unambiguous. We sprint through the inputs. Who is involved? Mom and a strange man. What happened? Her phone was stolen. When and where? Saturday morning at the subway station. Why did it happen? She lent him her phone without a second thought. And how did it resolve? The man took the phone and ran away. Applying this rigorous framework forces you to put every necessary detail on the page. The examiner will never be confused by what actually happened, protecting your baseline score. A checklist of facts is accurate, but it reads like a police report. A top-tier essay requires human elements and a smooth narrative flow to connect those facts together. You bring characters to life by explicitly describing their facial expressions, like wide eyes and a furrowed brow, and their internal psychological thoughts as the event unfolds. Furthermore, moving from one picture panel to the next requires explicit transition sentences. You need a phrase like, "just as she breathed a sigh of relief," to ensure the story flows naturally and doesn't read like a disjointed list. This introduces a major friction point in pacing, deciding what gets a detailed description and what gets summarized in a single sentence. To filter this, ask yourself one question. Does this specific action drive the central theme? Let's test that. Between Scene 1, where the mother packs her bag to leave the house, and Scene 2, the exact moment the man snatches her phone, which of these requires detailed writing? The theft. Packing the bag gets brief writing, maybe a single sentence. But the theft is the climax. It delivers the theme of not trusting strangers, so it demands your most descriptive vocabulary and emotional focus. Knowing what to skip and what to write briefly preserves your word count and exam time for the moments that actually matter. The final hurdle of the exam is the undrawn question mark panel. This is where students frequently ruin a great essay by inventing overly complex new storylines. The rule for the question mark panel is strict. It must be restricted to a single scene, continuing the exact plot of the previous paragraph. No new characters or locations. The sole purpose of this final scene is to explicitly state the central theme or lesson learned. Here is the ultimate essay pipeline. 1. Plan the outline. 2. Choose your opening. 3. Draft using the 5W1H checklist. 4. Pace to highlight the climax. 5. Conclude with a single scene stating the theme. 6. Review for flow, typos, and punctuation. A perfect picture composition does not rely on sudden inspiration. You draft with strict structure, fill that structure with targeted human details, and finish with an unmistakable lesson.